Welcome to the VIP backstage pass of the Oval Office, where we'll be exploring the wild and wacky world of presidential pastimes. Who knew that beyond the serious faces and policy decisions, U.S. presidents had a knack for leisure activities that ranged from the sublime to the utterly unexpected? So buckle up for a journey through history as we unveil the quirky hobbies that occupied the minds of some of America's most iconic leaders. George Washington, the dancing dynamo. Our journey begins with none other than the father of our nation, George Washington. Picture this: the stoic general, revered for his military prowess, was also quite the dance enthusiast. Rumor has it, he could cut a rug with the best of them. In fact, he was known to have invented a dance move called the minuet of the day. Step aside, Fred Astaire, there's a new dance sensation in town. John Quincy Adams, skinny dipping and exercising excellence. Moving on to the sixth president, John Quincy Adams, we discover a man of aquatic inclinations. Adams had a peculiar habit of taking a daily dip in the Potomac River, stark naked. Yes, you heard that right. The story goes that he believed the ritual was invigorating and kept him in top shape. Skinny dipping for stamina, the original presidential workout plan. Abraham Lincoln, stand-up storyteller extraordinaire. Honest Abe Lincoln might have been known for his towering speeches and his pivotal role in the Civil War, but did you know he had a wicked sense of humor? Lincoln was a master storyteller, and his dry wit could put even the best stand-up comedians to shame. One of his famous lines, "If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one?" Classic Lincoln, slinging jokes with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Teddy Roosevelt, the Judo Jedi. Fast forward to the early 1900s, and we encounter the energetic dynamo that was Teddy Roosevelt. Sure, he was a rough rider, but did you know he was also a judo enthusiast? Roosevelt practiced judo in the White House, and he even invited professional boxers to spar with him. Talk about throwing some political punches. Calvin Coolidge, cheese, please. Calvin Coolidge, our 30th president, might have been a man of few words, but he had a quirky hobby that could rival any reality TV show. Coolidge loved raising massive wheels of cheese at the White House. Imagine the socialite gatherings discussing the intricacies of cheddar aging, the original presidential cheese connoisseur. John F. Kennedy, sailing into Serenity. The suave JFK, he wasn't just known for his charisma and Camelot. Kennedy was an avid sailor who found solace in the open sea. His boat, the Victoria, wasn't just a water vessel, it was his floating sanctuary. If only those waves could talk, the stories they would tell of presidential contemplation and perhaps a splash of sunscreen. Lyndon B. Johnson, Amphibious Antics. Lyndon B. Johnson, the Texan with a penchant for amphibious vehicles, loved surprising his unsuspecting guests at his ranch. Picture this: LBJ would be chauffeuring visitors around his property in a car, only to dramatically veer into a pond, converting the car into a boat. The amphibious president, making waves in more ways than one. Richard Nixon, bowling and bouncing back. Richard Nixon, a president with a resilient spirit, knew how to knock down pins both politically and on the bowling alley. Tricky Dick installed a bowling alley in the White House basement, showcasing his prowess for strikes and spares. Who said politics couldn't be a bit of a game? Ronald Reagan, horsing around in Hollywood. The great communicator, Ronald Reagan, had a pre-political career that might surprise you. Before becoming the 40th president, Reagan was a Hollywood actor and cowboy. His love for horseback riding carried into his presidency, providing a presidential escape into the Californian wilderness. Giddy up, Mr. President. Bill Clinton, Sax and the City. Slick Willie, as Bill Clinton was fondly known, could charm not just with words but also with the sweet sounds of his saxophone. Clinton showcased his musical prowess on the Arsenio Hall show, proving that when he wasn't busy running the country, he could hit the right notes. Barack Obama, hoops and hangouts. Bringing our journey into the 21st century, Barack Obama was a basketball aficionado. Known for his love of the sport, he often indulged in pickup games and even installed a basketball court at the White House. Slam dunks and statecraft, talk about presidential multitasking. From the Oval to the unexpected. And there you have it, folks, a stroll through the lighter side of presidential history. Who knew that beneath the weighty responsibilities of the Oval Office, our commanders-in-chief had their fair share of quirky and entertaining pastimes? From dance moves to skinny dipping, judo to cheese wheels, these leaders knew how to balance the gravitas of their roles with a touch of fun. So the next time you think of U.S. presidents, remember not just the policies and politics, but the humorous hobbies that added color to their lives. After all, in the grand tapestry of history, there's always room for a bit of presidential playtime. And with that, we bid you adieu until the next installment of Presidential Playtime. Stay curious, stay entertained, and keep on exploring the unexpected facets of history.